gang violence and other kind of violence.
Get away! I could be at work, at school, in my car, I can still get shot by the police, but I can get shot anywhere.
So it is what it is.
What's good, Shadow Realm? It's the Black Gen Z Mindset. Make sure you go ahead and like, comment, share, subscribe, and let's get into the video.
Tonight, police say a killer dressed as a delivery driver to lure a man into a trap and then shot him.
Damn.
This is a mugshot of the accused killer, Donovan Carter. Police say he shot and killed a man who was dating his ex-girlfriend.
Wow. So, guys, this story came across my desk and it is very scary. You have a Thug Max Alpha Simp who is dating a woman. The woman moves on, but the Thug Max Alpha Simp cannot. This is bad news because he was willing to crash out over this young lady because she's dating another man. Guys, this is another domestic violence incident. And I've told you to avoid women who deal with Thug Max Alpha Simps, because this is what can happen. And if you guys are not familiar with the term Thug Max Alpha Simp, let me refresh your memories or enlighten you. A Thug Max Alpha Simp is an individual who is Thug Max, guys, whether it be face tattoos, sagging pants, acting like a hoodlum. That is the Thug Max persona and swag. He is a perceived alpha in the community, only perceived alpha, because that is what the preference is in the community. A guy with street edge. If the status ain't hood, I ain't checking for him. Like Beyonce and Destiny Child and them said. But he is a simp because he's willing to crash out over a woman. In this case, he did crash out over a woman and acted as if he was a delivery driver to execute a man who was dealing with his new girl. The Super Thug Max gremlins are on demon time.
The shooting happened Wednesday outside of Harlow Apartments on Windy Hill Road. And Channel 2 Cobb County Bureau Chief Michelle Newell is live at the scene. Michelle, you have new information tonight on the motive behind all of this.
Linda, my heart really breaks for this family. They traveled all the way from Chicago to celebrate his 40th birthday, knew something was wrong when they didn't hear from him. Police say that suspect dressed up as a delivery driver shot and killed the victim right outside this apartment complex, and we're told he ran to this quick trip to get away, and we spoke with witnesses who saw the aftermath. Less than 24 hours after a murder outside of this apartment complex, the road towards justice now begins.
We are so relieved to be able to share for the family's benefit now that the suspect in this violent shooting yesterday will be held accountable.
The people who live inside the same building as Kenneth Cunningham Jr. are now shifting their focus to his grieving family.
I pray for them. I pray for their healing.
The family traveled all the way from Chicago to celebrate Cunningham's 40th birthday. Now they're planning his funeral, a tragedy police say was brought on by jealousy.
The victim was now dating someone that had formerly been involved with the suspect.
Cunningham thought he had a package waiting for him at the front desk here at the Harlow apartment complex on Windy Hill Road Wednesday morning. A woman who was working during that time told me there wasn't a package for Cunningham.
There was a ruse to get this individual.
Damn, now that is sick. That is sick, and this is what you can expect if you run across the path of a Thug Max Alpha Simp and the woman that he is courting. Because these relationships, they never truly end with the Thug Max Alpha Simp.
Out of their apartment under the lure of there was a package waiting for them.
Police say Carter was outside the building dressed as a delivery driver.
There was never a package involved. There was never a delivery involved.
But when Cunningham walked outside the building, police say Carter delivered a fatal blow.
Damn.
He violently shot the victim 5 times.
Not long after that,
5 times. Now that is OD.
Frantic moments at this quick trip behind the crime scene.
Somebody started acting crazy over there saying, oh, yeah, he got a gun.
News Chopper 2 captured the massive manhunt. Multiple agencies worked with Marietta PD searching businesses using canines, drones, and flock cameras.
Once we identified the suspect and were able to track his movements, we were able to come up with the vehicle that he fled in.
Well, that's good police work. They got him quick. They got him fast. They got him in a hurry. So that's good. But we continue to see this issue in the community. And in Atlanta, it seems like it's every single day. So I'm genuinely looking for answers here. Some sort of solution. But it seems so distant because it's hard to tell the sister, hey, stop dealing with these Thug Max guys. You know, do your research, do a background check on these guys. It's tough to do that because they don't listen, right? And they don't want you telling them what to do. So it's very unfortunate that the woman even had to deal with this, but even the man who had no idea and had nothing to do with what they had going on.
Carter didn't get too far. Police stopped him in Gwinnett County.
It's a sad story.
And that suspect now at Cobb County Jail facing a long list of charges. It's not clear how he knew where Cunningham lived, but police say they worked with several different agencies here in Cobb County and Gwinnett to solve this murder so quickly. We're live from Cobb County. Michelle Newell, Channel 2 Action News.
What's good, Shadow Realm? It's your boy Jenquavius Jackson, and y'all already know I'm demonetized and shadow banned in this bitch. So if you want to contribute, go to the Cash App, the PayPal, the GoFundMe, or join the Patreon. Also, don't forget to visit the merch store for all your favorite BGZM News 17 gear, including our exclusive Trump is a Blood t-shirt. Go fast before they sell out. They are already flying off the shelves, no cap. And remember, these super gremlins are on demon time.
County apartment shooting. The suspect in a deadly Cobb County apartment shooting just went before a judge for the first time. Police say he pretended to be a delivery driver to lure the victim to his death. That is where we begin tonight on Fox 5 News Edge at 11. Good evening. Thanks so much for joining us. I'm Tom Haynes.
I'm Christine Spiro. Investigators say 33-year-old Donovan Carter's disguise proves he planned out the deadly crime.
Wow. And, you know, Lil Durk actually said something similar in a song that he featured in with Boston Richie. You know, he said disguise himself as a Uber Eats driver and pull up, here goes your pizza. And this is kind of the same lane here. So it's going to be hard to trust delivery drivers, Amazon, UPS, USPS, whatever, in the future unless they have some type of decal, legitimate decal or badge that can reassure you that this is not a scam and somebody actually trying to put you in harm's way.
Fox 5's Eric Mock joins us live outside the Cobb County Jail with more. And Eric, Carter just appeared before a magistrate court judge.
Just within the last hour, he made that appearance inside the Cobb County Jail, where he's going to remain for the next 20 days until a Superior Court judge can give him a bond hearing. That's because of the murder charges. Now, police tell us that this crime was a premeditated murder, the likes of which they're not used to seeing.
This is an incredibly different scenario than we would typically encounter.
Public Information Officer for Marietta Police Chuck McPhillamy says, according to their investigation, the suspect, 33-year-old Donovan Carter, went to great lengths to commit this murder.
We can now confirm that the suspect did wear a costume to appear like they were a delivery driver. They did use that to then lure that victim out of their own residence and then subsequently shoot them to death.
McPhillamy says unfortunately the victim, Kenneth Cunningham II, was expecting packages to be delivered to his apartment Wednesday.
It happened to have been the victim's 40th birthday. So this would have been a day that you would have been expecting to receive a package of some kind from a friend or a family member.
Police responded to the Harlow apartments off Windy Hill and Cobb Parkway at around 10:30 a.m.
And what did I tell you about these Atlanta apartments? Very dangerous, very difficult to navigate. You don't know who's who. You don't know who has ill intentions. And people are watching you, man. They really are. And the staff don't give a damn.
Wednesday. From there, it was a multi-agency effort to identify and find Carter.
You had the sheriff's office with drones in the air. You had the Cobb County Police Department activate their real-time crime center. You had Cobb County Police with their canines, our officers and our investigators.
Investigators later learned that Cunningham was dating Carter's ex-girlfriend. They then discovered he lived in Gwinnett County, where Gwinnett County police officers were able to track him and arrest him during a traffic stop.
This was a premeditated act. This is someone who drove well over an hour with the intent of committing this crime, put on that costume, walked to that location, performed this deadly act. This is an individual that we needed to get off the streets.
And again, because of those merger charges, he's going to remain here without bond until a Superior Court hearing on January 24th. Reporting live in Cobb County, Eric Mock, Fox 5 News.
Very disturbing details. Eric, thanks for the latest. We have breaking news out of Smyrna.
Hailing his ex-girlfriend's new boyfriend, and Marietta made his first court appearance. I'm Blair Miller.
And I'm Savannah Louie in for Sean Gables tonight. Donovan Carter faced a judge for the first time in Cobb County tonight. We have Atlanta News First Chelsea Bynfor. She was there and she joins us live now. Chelsea, what else did you learn?
Well, Savannah, Carter is facing several charges, including malice murder. The bond was not set, though, tonight. Only a Superior Court judge can do that, so Carter will remain behind bars for at least the next few weeks.
You have 4 charges currently pending against you tonight. The first is the charge of aggravated assault with the intent to murder another human being.
Thursday night, 33-year-old Donovan Carter listened as a judge formally read the charges he's facing in connection to the shooting death of Kenneth Cunningham.
The audacity, the overt actions of this violent criminal to drive.
Yeah, and, you know, we talk about the emboldenedness of these super gremlins, and it's only getting more bold. These violent gestures are becoming more common and more brazen as the days go by, and it's really a tough thing to deal with and very upsetting because people just don't feel safe. And if you are dealing with the threat of being deleted by a Thug Max alpha simp because you're dealing with a woman, then I mean, it's probably best to just stay abstinent, right? Because you don't want to risk your life for, you know, a quick fix, a quick solution, a short-term relationship, or even a long-term relationship with a woman who is dealing with a Thug Max alpha simp.
Drive so far to shoot someone to death, premeditated.
Carter is accused of driving to Cunningham's apartment on Cobb Parkway Wednesday morning and posing as a delivery driver to lure him outside. Sergeant Chuck McPhillamy with Marietta Police says that's when Carter shot Cunningham.
This is an individual that drove over an hour, put on a uniform, a costume, if you will, to change his appearance and look like a delivery driver to lure this victim out of their residence.
Arrest warrants say Carter fired bullets from a semi-automatic handgun, which struck Cunningham as he was running away. Marietta police say after he pulled the trigger, Carter drove over an hour away back to his home in Gwinnett County.
Wow.
6 agencies worked together to track him down.
He was stopped yesterday afternoon. By evening, he was already in custody. Overnight, he was booked into the jail. Mere hours after all of this originally occurred.
Marietta police are still investigating the motive, but say Cunningham was dating Carter's ex-girlfriend. Carter remains behind bars tonight in Cobb County.
This individual will now be held accountable for this violent crime.
And that's good. That's all we can ask for. Hopefully the judge is not a DEI hire, you know, a Soros-funded judge or DA in the back pocket of the liberals, and this guy actually gets his just due, which should be life in prison. But you never know nowadays.
And the magistrate judge that read Carter his charges tonight, again, does not have the power to grant bond. That will be determined by a Superior Court judge on January 24th. Reporting live in Cobb County tonight, Chelsea Bime for Atlanta News First.
Gang violence and other kind of violence.
Guess what? I could be at work, at school, in my car, and I can still get shot by the police. I can get shot anywhere.
So it is what it is.